Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, March 14. Finance Minister Audley Shaw says government plans to discontinue withdrawing funds from the National Housing Trust, NHT, to finance the budget. During last Thursday's opening of the 2017-2018 budget debate, Minister Shaw announced that $11 billion would be taken from the NHT to bolster the $13.5 billion tax package and fund the personal income tax reform.
We could never do everything one time. It would have been fiscally irresponsible for us to seek to virtually double the tax package in order to cease taking from the National Housing Trust at this time.
Minister Shaw was responding to questions posed at a post-budget media briefing Monday. He said the drawdown from the NHT was necessary for the implementation of Phase 2 of the personal income tax reform. The minister, meanwhile, said 72,000 Jamaicans earning more than $1.5 million per annum will still pay income tax come April 1 when Phase 2 of the revised threshold comes into effect. He reminded that 397,083 persons listed on the tax roll will cease to pay personal income tax.
The goal of the personal income tax reform was therefore to reduce the tax burden on those overburdened PIT payers, while at the same time rebalancing the overall tax burden towards consumption or indirect taxation.
Jamaicans enrolled at the East Street Kingston branch of the Jamaican Foundation for Lifelong Learning, JFLL, are to benefit from an $18.2 million upgrade of the facilities. The 6-month project will see the construction of 3 additional classrooms, 2 restrooms, and a staff room at the Adult Education Center. Funding for the upgrade is being provided by the Japanese government's Grant Assistance for Grassroots Human Security Projects initiative. At Sunday's contract signing, Education Minister Senator Roel Reid said the project was a timely one due to the increasing demand for the services of the JFLL.
And with the introduction of the JFLL's High School Diploma Equivalency program, there has been a spike in the number of adult learners from outside the targeted zone who want to be registered at the center.
The Ministry of Education, through the National Education Trust, also signed a $24 million grant agreement with the Japanese government to renovate 2 primary schools. Highgate Primary and Junior High School in St. Mary received $14 million to fund the construction of 2 new classrooms to alleviate overcrowding, while the $10 million to Middleton Primary from St. Thomas will facilitate the construction of a kitchen and cafeteria.
This partnership is aimed at meeting primary education needs at schools and particularly those schools with greatest need. And this has resulted in the net Secure and Sever grants under the Grassroots Human Security Project.
Jamaica has a great potential for advancing its further economic and social development as a progressive nation. It is why we are working with teachers and staff at your respective schools, as well as personnel from the Ministry of Education, to provide you with better school environment.
In other news, the justice system is being improved to ensure the timely delivery of cases within the courts. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says come April 1, 17 posts will be made available at the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to increase the number of prosecutors. Mr. Chuck says the number of parish court judges will also be increased from 55 to 70, while the appeal court will see an increase to 12 judges from the current 7.
If we can get criminals dealt with in a timely manner, we send the right signal. If you do wrong, you serve the time or pay the fine.
Minister Chuck made the statements while addressing the Northern Regional Training of Justices of the Peace in Oteria, St. Anne on Friday. And finally, the Justice Ministry is partnering with the National Integrity Action NIA to minimize the level of corruption affecting the country. Portfolio Minister Delroy Chuck says stemming corruption requires a collaborative approach.
It must get into the heart and minds of every single Jamaican that corruption is not beneficial. It is a plague on communities. It deprives communities of needed services. It causes contractors to perform poorly. It causes policemen to undermine the integrity of citizens. It causes politicians to be overly greedy. It causes all of our citizens to lose.
Minister Chuck was addressing Friday's launch of the Northern Regional Training of Justices of the Peace in St. Anne. Arguing that stemming corruption required a collaborative approach, the minister called on JPs to assist in tackling the issue. The JPs training seminar was partly sponsored by National Integrity Action. The NIA also recently assisted with the training of public officials, faith-based organizations, and students across all education levels to combat corruption. Additionally, the NIA is collaborating with government bodies such as the Office of the Chief Justice, Court Management Services, and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thank you for watching.